You might feel like you're doing everything that you need to lose weight. You're going to the gym, you're eating healthy, but something isn't clicking. It's not working and the fat is not coming off. Now, back in 2020, I lost 3 stone and I've successfully kept it off since then. However, before I was successful in doing that, I spent 18 months repeating the same mistakes over and over, which actually led to me gaining more fat rather than losing it. Here are the 4 mistakes that I was making, so you can make sure you're not making them as well. And while you're here, if you click on the link in the description below, I'm giving you 4 weeks of free fat loss coaching to help you lose your first 2 to 4 kilos. So, mistake number 1 was thinking that healthy eating was enough. My God, did I have a shock when I actually started tracking my food and weighing out my portion sizes. I thought that I knew what healthy eating looked like, right? You want to add some veg into your diet, some fruit, all of the healthy things like overnight oats. Well, when I started tracking my overnight oats, it turned out that my healthy breakfast was racking up to nearly 1,000 calories just for one meal of the day. So really it's unsurprising that I was not losing weight and was actually gaining it. Tracking your calories, weighing your portions out, that's the only way you're going to know for sure how many calories you're putting into your body. And just going to give it to you straight, if you want to lose fat, you have got to be in a calorie deficit. No, there is no, I'm just going to eat healthy. You have to eat less calories than your body is burning. Otherwise, it won't happen. And I know that I'm not the only one that has made this mistake. So many of my clients, when they come to me, they think, yeah, my eating's not all that bad. Actually, it's pretty good. And then they start to track and they realise just how much they were overeating without being aware of it. Now, you're not going to have to track your food forever, but I do strongly advise that you start tracking your food and track it for a couple of months. Even if that's just to get more of an idea of what an actual portion size looks like. Because I can almost guarantee if you're just free pouring things out, going by how you feel, chances are you are eating more than the recommended portion size. Now, if you're sat there thinking, I don't have a clue where to start with how many calories I should eat, this is something that my 4 weeks of free coaching will help you sort out. So make sure you click that link below and get that 4 weeks free. And if you're also sat there thinking, I have got no clue where to start with tracking my calories, I've put the link in the description to another video that will take you through a full day of eating and how I've tracked everything so you get a good understanding of how to do it. Now, mistake number 2 that I was making was going to the gym without any sort of clear plan, structure to what I was doing. I thought, going to the gym, that's a great thing. It's a healthy thing to do. It's exercise. Turns out there's a little bit more to it than that. I would just go in and I would go on the cardio machines. I would, do a little bit on the treadmill, maybe go on the Stairmaster if I was feeling brave, might try out the cross trainer. And then I would find my way into the studio and I would do some ab exercises because I thought that that was the thing that was going to get rid of the stomach fat. And then I might try out a couple of machines, the ones that looked like they might be a bit of fun. That's what I would do. Turns out that really doesn't get you very far at all. Cardio is in fact not that great for weight loss. Strength training is 100 times better. And what I would have classed as my strength training then was really not strength training at all. It doesn't matter how many times you realistically can get to the gym, whether it's once, twice, 3, 4 times, you need to follow a structured plan that has clear progression in it. Something I'm giving you for free with my 4 weeks of free coaching. There's a beginner-friendly gym plan for you to follow so that you can walk into the gym confident that you actually know what you're doing and that what you're doing is going to get you the results that you're looking for. There is no winging it, going in, hoping for the best. You do have to plan things out. But lucky for you, I've done the planning for you. You've just got to follow it. So the 3rd mistake that I was making was thinking that going to the gym was enough movement. When you think about it, as a proportion of your week, going to the gym is a very, very, very small percentage of that. Even now, I go to the gym 4 times a week. That's a very, very small proportion of my week in comparison to everything outside of that time. I thought, I've been to the gym, so it's okay. I could do nothing else all day. And that was seriously hindering my weight loss because what you do outside of the gym is arguably more important when it comes to fat loss. The gym will burn less calories than you think. So if you then proceed to just sit on your ass for the other, 164 hours of the week, then actually you're not going to get very far. I would drive absolutely everywhere. I didn't see the point in walking. I've got a car. Why do I need to walk? Actually, it turns out walking is one of the best fat loss tools out there. It's free, it's easy, and pretty much anyone can do it anywhere. Now, there is no magic number when it comes to steps, but this is something that I will help you to identify what you need to do in my 4 weeks of free coaching. It's not simply you need to do 10,000 steps, you need to do 15,000, you need to do 20,000 a day. That's not how it works. You need to be doing more than you were doing before. You need to keep it sustainable, otherwise it's not going to happen. You try and go from doing 2,000 steps a day to doing 10,000 steps a day. You can't expect to just 5 times that overnight and stick to it long term. You've got to go gradual. So, if you're doing 2,000 steps a day, you might try increasing to 2,500, maybe 3,000 steps a day. Once you've got that down, then you go up from there. And again, the important message here is what you do outside of the gym is a lot more important than you think. And finally, mistake number 4 that I was making. A little bit ashamed to admit this one, but thinking that because I'd been to the gym, I'd earned a McDonald's. Now, the first thing that's wrong with this is the way that I was thinking about food. You don't need to earn your food through exercising. Food is something that we just get to have. But I can see my thinking behind this in thinking, oh yeah, you've been to the gym, you've burned this many calories, therefore, if you eat this, it's not going to have a negative impact on your weight loss. I was a tad wrong there though, because the calories that you burn in the gym are actually going to be way less than you think. You might think that you'll go to the gym and burn like 500 calories in a session. Now, fitness trackers are not entirely accurate in telling you how many calories that you've burnt, but they will give you an indication of. And I can go back through all of my workouts for the past few months and looking at my strength sessions in the gym, each one of those will have burnt probably 200 calories tops, maybe 220 at a push. That's probably not enough to outweigh the double cheeseburger and chicken nuggets that I would then go and order at McDonald's. And I'd also just like to add, I probably burn more now because I put a lot more effort into my sessions than I did back then. I hope that you found this helpful, that it's given you something to think about for your own weight loss journey and reflect on perhaps where you might be going wrong. Don't forget to click the link below for your 4 weeks of free coaching and make sure you click like and subscribe so you don't miss the next one.